Hey guys, we are here with the potentially biggest innovation in AGV business, the Filics driving forks. We're going to use the opportunity here at the test camp Interlogistics to go and talk to the founders and find out what these devices can already do and whether we can already buy them. So, see you in a second.
Automation Awakenings, your weekly dose of best practices for logistics automation.
Hey guys, so we are now at the Filics booth and I'm standing next to Julius Lutzer, the CPO of Filics. Really happy to be here, Julius. And we are really curious about your moving forks behind us here. Amazing concept. Can we already buy it?
Yes, hello, first of all. Yes and no. So we are actually at the moment in the market entry phase, and we will have 10 units running in operation in industry this year. We have a handful of customers testing it with us for the first industrial application. So yes, you can buy it, but it is not an off-the-shelf product yet.
Got it. So you were in the scaling phase. Can we say that?
Yes.
Okay.
In innovative scaling phase. So we are not building hundreds of them yet. But actually currently we have 7 skid pairs. So it's not too many. We will launch the next batch in summer, and this will be produced more often. Perfect.
So that means this product here behind us is already ready to roll out industrial application. So whoever is interested, get in touch with Filics and figure out the delivery plan, the delivery timeline.
Yes.
But let's maybe move back to your really interesting name, Filics.
Yes.
Where does it come from?
Filics stands for Future in Logistics, and yes, we are a startup from Munich. As you have it usually in a startup phase, you have to take decisions, and we needed a name because it was called the Future Project in the very early days, and we wanted to have something which is short, you can say easily, and this is where Filics is coming from.
Perfect. How long have you guys been on the market as a startup?
Yeah, that's a good question. We are with this product on the market since beginning of this year, actually. We have been a lot in industry in the last 3 years in prototyping and innovation projects, but the real product itself, it's certified since summer last year, and we.
If you say certified, is that the CE certification we're talking about?
Yeah, that's a CE certification.
That's amazing, guys. So that's definitely making it ready to be used.
Yes.
So happy to hear that you have it. Cool. Sorry, didn't want to interrupt you, but that's a very important one because many prototypes still miss that, which means you can use it in the lab environment, but it's not yet ready to be deployed.
That's true. It's definitely a big milestone also in development and also in the company kind of history because we are allowed to sell the product. We are allowed to use it with human interaction and it's full safety certified, yes.
Who came up with this amazing idea? I mean, it's the most radical interpretation of an AGV I have ever seen because you basically reduce it to the most necessary thing, and that's the forks.
We actually, my co-founder and me, Gregor, we have been thinking about how the world will change in the next 10 years or something. And there are so many trucks out there. Whenever you are on the highway, you see that there are, multiple trucks out there. And these trucks are loaded usually with 45 minutes and one person always playing ping pong and bringing one pallet after the other in there. And
the forklift driver, right?
Yes, the
driving
forklift
in,
driver.
grabbing like 2 pallets, driving out, and then
or even taking one pallet only all the time, and that takes 45 minutes for loading and then 45 minutes for unloading.
Yes,
and that is in general like 90 minutes waste of time because the driver cannot really do something. He can do a break, yes, but what if we can reduce that to 5 or maybe 10 minutes? That was the first idea, and we got started as students, really having no clue at all from industry, honestly. And we pitched it to the professors of the TUM Chair of Logistics and Professor Günther and Professor Fottner. Back in that days, they said, okay, actually that's an amazing product. we need something like that, but the way going there will be a tough one. And yes, we figured out why. But yeah, we are still on the way, and we are really happy to launch this first product now. Yeah, actually this year.
Excellent. So it's basically a spin-off of the Technical University of Munich, where you guys have studied, and this is also the time where you came up with this amazing idea.
Yes, more or less. So actually, we have never been working at the university. Nobody of us did the PhD in the chair of logistics, but we got a lot of support from there, and we did like something around 20 master bachelor theses. So yes, we have been working quite close together.
Okay, very nice to see that there is some again synergies between industry, startups, and also academia to push topics like that. So very happy to hear that. Let's talk a little bit more about the product itself. How does this work? I mean, they have to drive perfectly simultaneous and they have to lift perfectly simultaneous. How do you guys achieve that? I mean, that's amazing.
Yes. Actually, the whole vehicle looks completely different from what we know so far on logistics processes. In the end, there's a lot of control theory in there, in real life working. We learned that in university in theory, and we said, okay, let's bring it to reality. In the end, it is a synchronization of these motors. So we have a communication system between the two skids, and they talk to each other.
Skids, this is how you call them, the
yes,
forks.
This is how we call
them.
Oh,
skid. Guys, next time you visit Filics, call it skid, please.
Yes, I'm already quite used to it, so this is why I call it. And in the end, you have these motors communicating with each other, and they check if they are at the position where they should be, and if yes, then continue, and if not, you have to maybe reduce the speed or increase the speed, and this is how all of these motors stay synchronized.
Excellent. How much weight can you lift with your skids?
We engineered everything to 1,200 kilogram, which actually should be something around 98% of all pallets out there. We have this unit. It was certified last summer, and I did the confirmation. I did the signature, and we have back in that days we have been testing a lot with the customers, something around 400 kilogram. We did all the testings also with 1,000 and 1,200 kilograms, but I felt comfortable with 400 kilograms that day. This is why I signed it for 400 kilogram. And all the use cases we have been doing in these days were around this weight. The next version is coming in summer, and this will be certified to 1,000 kilogram.
To 1,000 kilogram.
Yes.
Do we have any particular industry in mind?
The nice thing about logistics is that we are not so dependent on industry. I think we have been testing a lot with food industry, for example. We have been testing a lot with automotive industry. We have been testing a lot with, textile industry, stuff like that. There's plenty of industries, and every of them has logistics. We even had a bank who said, okay, we need an AGV or AMR because the AMR cannot steal money, and we want to transport money with it. That's actually quite crazy. Currently, we are selecting by the use cases to really get the boots on the ground and to find use cases which are similar and which we really can technical fulfill. Because in the end, the customer needs to be happy. And this is what everything is about. And the industry is actually second order, but mainly it's some production facilities, companies like that, logistics suppliers, stuff like that.
Are you allowed to already disclose some of your early stage customers?
Yes. So the first application is running at Bosch.
Bosch.
Yes, we are not officially announced which plant it is, but there's gonna come something. DHL is the second one. We have been testing with them for quite some time. We have been testing with Coca-Cola for quite some time. We tested with the Nagel Group quite some time. Multiple customers. In all kind of industries.
Got it. Got it. Good. So let's talk about the challenges.
Yes.
And you already hinted that there is plenty of challenges. So for you guys as a startup, what is currently the biggest challenge that you face in the situation you guys in? So you have already a ready-to-market product. You are now on your way to scale. What are you struggling with most?
Actually, as a founder in the expertise of robotics, you have plenty of challenges. So you have to break them down to solvable solutions. First of all, the first thing is this year 10 industrial applications we targeted and we will be doing. And the most important thing is that these 10 customers by end of this year say, okay, we're happy with the Filics unit and I would like to have a second one or a third one.
Yeah.
That is the main target this year, because if the first customer is not happy, why should you have a 21st then? This is the main target, first of all. And then we, the next thing is getting into fleet management and stuff like that, because we're having 2 systems. So that means if we want to have 5 robot pairs, we're already having 6 robots, and how to coordinate them.
Right.
That is definitely a thing. Then you have all the terms of scaling, you have all the terms of all the challenges of production, setting up a production facility, stuff like that. I think we are quite happy because the product itself is very small, and in the warehouse we're working, or in the office we're having at the moment, we can produce, I would say, something like 100 to 200 robots. Okay, cool. It is, even though it's quite small, but the product itself is small. But you have a lot of supply chain topics. You have a lot of investment topics for the money, because in the end, robotics, it costs money. It is quite an expensive development. Nevertheless, also I think the market is really growing somewhere. And I can't wait to see them in bigger sizes, on bigger numbers.
So, in 5 years from now, where will we see Filics?
That is a good question, because I do not have a glass bubble or something to look in. First of all, we are going to launch this amazing product. And this will hopefully be in numbers of a few hundred, maybe even a few thousand there. The next big step is we want to load trucks. And this is where the idea started, and this is what we want to do. Nevertheless, we said we take it in 2 steps. First of all, we need to industrialize the current solution, so that we have the 2 skids itself. We have a experience, or we have a completely through engineered driving system, because we developed it ourselves. We have an engineered lifting system which is working for multiple years in industry. We have the control theory behind. We have all these management in the software of the skids, which is working, industrial ready. And the next thing is to build these guys as a kind of SUV version, where we are having more ground clearance to overcome the hurdles to get into the truck. This is definitely a thing. I hope we can present it in the next years. In the end, this is a question how much money you spend in the development. First of all, the priority is to get this system live at 10 customers this year and 30 customers next year, 30 further customers, and not to scale too big in the beginning, because the technology needs to be really, really mature in the end. If you want to not reach a few hundred robots, but if you want to reach a few 10,000 robots, then the technology needs to be on a point.
Should be solid.
Yes, and
solid,
you can
tested, proven.
Yes, and you can scale yourself to death. And this is what we would try to avoid. Okay,
that's good resolutions. Last question. There is so many startups in the AGV scene that come from Munich at the moment. So we have the colleagues from Magazzino who are just around the corner. We have the colleagues from Ecoro just next to us here. What's the reason for that? I mean, there must be something around Munich to foster that.
Definitely a good point. Myself, I'm coming from Hamburg, living in Munich for 7 years. So I went there for 6 months, and now I'm there for 7 years. Actually, the whole ecosystem is quite good for robotics. Actually, for technology, I would say.
Is it because of Technical University of Munich, Tom, or is there anything additional to that?
You mainly have the high technological focus. And especially with Unternehmertum, they invest money even in very, very early stages. So we got the first basic investment. Actually, that was a grant. But the first 10,000 euro we got from Unternehmertum, having in one sheet of paper.
Like an incubator or something at the university?
Yes.
Okay.
And we had one sheet of paper, and we said, we want to load trucks in 5 minutes. And this is everything we had. And then we said, okay, this is the system we want to build. And they invested the first money in there.
Cool.
And I don't know, as a student, you can pay, maybe you can afford paying 500 euro in some hobby project. Yes, and you can do that a second time and the third time. That is working. But especially the money in the early stage really makes a big difference, even though it's like 10,000 euro. And for the company, that's what is it? It's nothing. But they really invested in us early stage and also in a lot of other startups. It's quite funny because I know most of them by any of the
events.
Events in Munich. So that's pretty cool to see.
Guys, so if you're from Munich, if you want to build AGVs, Munich is the place to be. So stay bullish and just go for it. And we're going to continue our walk here. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Julius, it was a big pleasure to talk to you guys.
Same to you.
Wish you all the best for your journey, and hopefully see you back in some years with way bigger fleets and with, new applications.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. See you guys back in 2 weeks with the Automation Awakenings podcast. Take care and goodbye.
This was another episode of the Automation Awakenings podcast. Visit us at automation-awakenings.com.